What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this podversation. I wanted to share this real quick because yesterday I talked about Brian McKnight and how his concert in Detroit got canceled. And honestly, I would love to see more of it happen. We'll see what happens next, but the man clearly has issues. I'm definitely not excusing anything away because I believe his issues are self-hatred. I had someone make a comment to say they felt like he was possessed in some way. Listen, that man is possessed by self-hatred. He's possessed by his own issues. Nothing is controlling him to make him behave and act out in the way that he is choosing to do so. And Rickey Smiley, he made a statement. He came out to pretty much let his children know that, listen, I don't know you, never met you before, but I want to let you know that if you need somebody, we're here and you can reach out. And I definitely thought that it was commendable, but you know, he said something that really is profound. I'm not going to play his entire statement. I'm just going to play a little bit of it. But before I go into the statement, you know, God has an amazing way of working things out. And I don't know what the future holds for Brian McKnight. To be honest with you, he could die by tonight and it would just be what it is. Because tomorrow isn't promised to anybody. To be so filled with hatred and to make a dumb statement to say God wasn't talking about the children that were born in sin. If you believe the Bible, because everybody doesn't believe the Bible, and I don't have an issue with that. Everybody has the right to choose. Even God doesn't have an issue with that. God doesn't make anyone believe. God doesn't control anyone. But if you believe the Bible, like he appears to to make known that he does, he obviously doesn't know the Bible that he reads, because the Bible says that we were all born in sin, all of us. So he needs to reject himself if he actually believes that. So to say you reject the children that were born in sin, you need to reject yourself, because the Bible says everybody was born in sin and shapen in iniquity. But listen, he got married to this woman. I don't care if the woman that he married was African American. Honestly, to me, it's not about the ethnicity of the person that he married. But he married someone else. He is accepting that woman's children that have a father, I'm assuming. I don't know. But clearly somebody conceived with his current wife to have that son and that daughter that she already had when he married her. So to claim them as his children, and then now he has his child that he conceived with his current wife. What if something happens and he needs a blood transfusion? He needs a kidney. He needs, a bone marrow or something like that. Because honestly, this is something that I thought about, but I didn't say it. And when Rickey Smiley made that comment, I said, you know what? I need to talk about this, because God has an amazing way of working things out, and I'm not wishing anything on him, but he never knows what tomorrow holds, and he may need some things health-wise that those children that he's now claiming as his own, that wife that he married, and even possibly the child that he conceived with his current wife may not be a match and can't give him what he needs. And the children that he's rejected does. And do you think that they would want to give him anything to save his life when he's rejected their lives? Listen, this man is so stupid. I'm really disgusted by him. And I said this before. I was not somebody that was like, a huge Brian McKnight fan. But I did like some of his music, even so much so that one of the songs was a song that when I got married to my husband, we used in our wedding. And I can hold the memories of my wedding and reject the the non-integral Negro that he is, because I don't worship any of these people. And that's why I tell people, you really need to be careful about getting so idle, caught up with these celebrities. They're people just like you and I. They piss, they take shit, they have gas, they have their worst days, they have their best days. But for the most part, because of social media, they do their best to attempt to show us their best days, but some are a little bit more vulnerable and they try to show us human sides of them. But before social media existed, you mainly would see them on their best days or best moments. It may not even be the full day. It could just be a moment, a red carpet event, or performing, or in a movie or a television show. But when you would catch the worst of them, the best you would be able to get of that is when one of those tabloid or magazine outlets, I guess you would call them, would have have them getting caught by the paparazzi with their hair all messed up or looking a hot mess or whatever. You know what I mean? But now you've got social media, and some of these idiots are stupid enough to hit the live button or hit the record button and do a video, put it on social media, like this dummy, talking about his children from his previous relationships and marriage, and telling people stuff that really was none of our business. None of us would have known most of this stuff, and then he probably wouldn't be getting canceled where he is. But honestly, it needed to be exposed. So I'm glad that it's out there, and I hope more venues of his get canceled. But I'm just going to play a little bit of what Rickey Smiley had to say.
Or whatever, let you know that you have a lot of support out here. We here at the Rickey Smiley Morning Show support you. If anybody get this message out to Brian McKnight, 2 sons and daughter, you are always welcome to the state of Alabama, to the great state of Alabama, where you have men and you have uncles and you have a lot of people in Birmingham that take on kids that have been abandoned by fathers. I've seen a lot of it, even with watching Little League football coaches that spend their own time, money, and resources into trying to make sure that the kids have everything they need. But I know that y'all are older. But if y'all ever feel any kind of way, or you feel unloved and need male figure, father figure, there's people out here like myself, and I know I can vouch for my brother from another mother, Ben Crump, and others. We would be more than happy to have you. You are not thrown away. You are not garbage. You are loved. You are to be respected, and there's a lot of group of men out here waiting to stand with you and make sure you have everything that you need. We are not here to try to replace your father, which that can't be done, but we can be something to you. To just make sure you go on into your adulthood and live your life and get you the help and therapy that you need so that you can move on, because words hurt. And stuff like this hurt a lot when, when things like this are said. It's a bell that cannot be unrung. So if anybody know Brian McKnight, kids, sons, and daughter, we really celebrate dads where I live. And in my household, we had over years and years and years have raised kids that don't have a dad, or dad got killed, or just, hey, I don't want to be a dad, or whatever. That's what we do. We are some of the best father figures and uncles and anything you need. So just to let y'all know, just put that out there. I'm not here to, we already tackled that part, talking about what he did, but I don't want to do that, talk about that, and offering something to them in the same video. So we just want to say to the kids, stay prayed up, stay close to God, and understand that God is your real daddy. He's all of our real daddy. He's our daddy's daddy and our granddaddy's real daddy. We serve an awesome God that will see you through anything, and that will see that that you will supply all your needs. He's a heart fixer, and he's a mind regulator. And I know he's a mind regulator because there's been days where I feel like I was going crazy, and he get my mind right back on track. So just continue to love God and continue to trust God and lean on him for everything that you don't understand. And don't even try to understand. Just lean on him, get therapy, and just try to make sure that when you have your kids, that you are the total opposite of what you have experienced. That's the thing about me. I growing up, what up, Gwen? Good morning. I love you. Tell Sean I said, what's up? One thing that I've learned, not having a father, I know how it feels not to have a father, but I also understand what having a grandfather who stepped up and uncles and coaches, what it meant to me. And it didn't replace, but man, it gave me a level of restoration that's unreal. So anybody know Brian McKnight kids or where they live, get in touch with my management group and or anybody on my morning show. We would be more than happy to have y'all, to love on y'all, to let you know that there are men out there that would appreciate having kids like y'all. And then let me say this right here. I know it's a lot of sides to a lot of stories, but understand this right here. There's no perfect father. There's no perfect relationship between father and kids, and nothing is perfect.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. The video goes on a little more. You can tell Rickey Smiley grew up in the church, okay? Because when he went into that, he's a heart fixer and a mind regulator. I could hear those, old black preachers back in the day, saying that. And anyway, it's cool. But listen, I like that he said in all of that, not just talking about God, but also talking about therapy, because that is one thing that I feel like a lot of people, especially in churches and primarily in black churches, they don't believe in therapy. It's like, all I need to do is go to church. And it's like, no, you don't. You need therapy. And I'm not saying every therapist is a good therapist. You have to seek to find the one that's going to be right for you. And hopefully they get the message. Hopefully somebody was listening that knows who they are and can connect with them. Because listen, they're not children at this point. They are adults, but they will always be the children of that trash bag that rejected them to say that, no, God wasn't talking about those ones. Those ones, I don't acknowledge them. But God definitely does have a way of working things out and doing things. And hopefully they will get the word. They will reach out, hopefully, even if it's in private and nobody knows about it publicly. Because I feel like him making the message publicly was important so that people who do know these people can reach out to them, but he can put the message out publicly and they can reach out and it can be done privately. It doesn't have to be broadcasted or, a video acknowledgement of, oh yeah, I just want to give you all an update to let you know that Brian McKnight's, no, we don't need to know what is going on, because like he said, words do hurt. And as much as people try to brush it off, words hurt. And when you hear something like that, and that's not the first time that they've heard it, but when you've heard something like that from your parent, it's just absolutely disgusting. And we know what he accused his daughter of doing, and she sued him. So listen, I know that there's a lot of fractures there. But listen, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. You can let me know what you think in the comment section, but there's going to be a day. There is going to be a day where Brian McKnight is going to regret every single thing that he has said and done. And who knows if he's going to have mercy. I'm not going to be the one to say that he doesn't deserve mercy, because I was about to say unfortunately, but God sees people differently than we do. Because if it were up to us, if we were God, a lot of people would be dead by now. And you already know it. Because I know I've said it before. Like, if I was God, I would already struck that person down. But none of us are perfect. And like Rickey Smiley said, there's no perfect dads. There's no perfect people. There's no perfect parents. But there's just a line that this male, Brian McKnight, has crossed. That, yeah, there's a lot of terrible parents out there. There's a lot of terrible mothers and fathers out here in this world. But to have someone blatantly in your face reject your previous relationship born children and in public showcase your new life, your new wife, your new child, and accepting the children that she had as your own is disgusting. It's like a slap in the face. More than that. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.